When the shelves went bare in 2020, it wasn't $300 knives and tactical gear that saved people. It was things you can buy for pocket change at Walmart, and it's about to happen again. Trade wars, supply chain disruptions, and creeping shortages are making everyday essentials harder to find and more expensive every single day. In the next few minutes, you're going to discover 20 prepping essentials, most under $5, that could literally save your life when the next crisis hits. We're talking about the items experts actually stock, not the expensive gear that collects dust in a closet. These are the basics that disappeared first during the last shortage and will disappear first again. If you're serious about being prepared without breaking the bank, you're in the right place. Welcome to Prep Pantry, where smart prepping means essentials, not extravagance. Make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss a video on practical survival and self-reliance. Now let's dive in. Let's start with the foundations of survival. When everything else fails, fire and water keep you alive. And the first item most people overlook is Strike Anywhere matches. Strike Anywhere matches are quietly vanishing from store shelves due to shipping restrictions, but they're absolutely essential. Unlike regular matches, they ignite on almost any rough surface, concrete, rocks, even a zipper. When the power grid goes down, fire is everything. It's heat when you're freezing, it's light in the darkness, it's the ability to cook food and purify water. You can grab boxes of Strike Anywhere matches for about 97 cents each, and I recommend buying 10 to 20 boxes whenever you find them. Here's the key to storage. Keep them dry. Use mason jars with desiccant packets or waterproof pill bottles. Label everything with the purchase date. In a real crisis, a single match can be worth an entire can of food. That's barter value right there. Your second essential fire source is disposable lighters. They're cheap, reliable, and invaluable for starting fires quickly. Right now, you can grab quality Bic lighters for about 25 cents each, but during shortages, prices jumped to $2 per lighter. That's an 800% markup. Start stocking now while they're cheap. Buy quality brands. Stick with Bic for reliability. Here's the strategy. Distribute lighters widely. Keep them in your car, in your bug-out bag, in your kitchen, in your workshop. During a blackout, a single lighter becomes currency. People will trade food, water, or supplies just to have a reliable way to start a fire. Store them in cool, dry places to prevent leaks or explosions. Get at least 20 to 30 lighters on hand right now. Now we get to water purification, and this is where bleach becomes your secret weapon. Plain, unscented bleach, sodium hypochlorite, is a powerhouse for both cleaning and water purification. The math is simple. 8 drops per gallon of water, wait 30 minutes, and you have safe drinking water. No fancy filters required, no complicated systems, just bleach. Here's what you need to know about shelf life. Full-strength bleach stays effective for about 6 months. After that, it starts to weaken. So label every bottle with the purchase date. When it starts to lose potency, you simply double the dose. Rotate your stock regularly. Use the oldest bottles for everyday cleaning, save the fresh ones for emergencies. And here's the critical part. Only use plain bleach. Don't buy splashless bleach, scented bleach, or anything with additives. Those won't work for water purification. During crises, bleach prices absolutely skyrocket. Stock up now while it's cheap and available. A single gallon of bleach costs maybe $2 right now, but during a shortage, I've seen prices hit $10, $15, even $20 per gallon. Build your supply before that happens. Now let's talk about hygiene, because when society breaks down, staying clean and healthy becomes your superpower. It boosts your immune system, prevents disease, and maintains your mental health and morale. The first hygiene essential is bar soap. During the 2020 shortage, bar soap was the last soap left on shelves. Liquid soap flew off instantly, but bar soap remained. Why? Because most people don't think of it. But bar soap lasts longer, costs less, and never expires. A single bar can last 4 to 6 weeks with regular use. For a family of 4, I recommend stockpiling 30 to 50 bars. That covers your hygiene needs for an entire year. Here's a storage pro tip. Take your bar soap and let it harden in open boxes for 6 months before you store it away. This extends the lifespan even further. You can even grate bars and mix them with washing soda and borax to make homemade laundry soap. Bar soap is essential for hygiene and for barter. Don't overlook it. Next up is toilet paper. This might sound obvious, but most people still don't keep enough on hand. A family of 4 uses about 200 to 240 rolls per year. For an emergency supply, I recommend keeping 80 to 100 rolls for a 3-month buffer. That sounds like a lot until you realize it's less than 2 cases. Store everything in plastic totes to protect from moisture and rodents. Here's a long-term strategy to reduce your toilet paper needs. Consider installing a bidet.
A quality bidet attachment costs between $30 and $100 and reduces toilet paper usage by up to 75%. But always keep a backup supply anyway because you never know what could happen. Now here's an item that most people completely overlook but is absolutely critical: feminine hygiene products. This is essential for half the population and has survival uses way beyond their primary purpose. Pads and tampons work as wound dressings in a medical emergency. They can be used as fire tinder. They provide insulation. In a real crisis, feminine hygiene products become high-value barter goods. For a woman, I recommend a 6 to 12-month supply.
That's going to cost somewhere between $50 and $150, depending on the brand and the individual. Keep them dry in sealed totes so they stay fresh. This is non-negotiable for women, and it's a category that most preppers, especially men, completely forget about. If you've got women in your life, this should be in your stockpile. The last hygiene essential is disposable razors. This might seem like vanity, but hear me out. Maintaining a grooming routine boosts morale in a crisis, and that matters. Morale affects survival. Razors also serve as makeshift tools for cutting or opening packages. I recommend buying 50 to 100 razors for a year's supply. Keep them dry in sealed bags. Razors have indefinite shelf life and high barter value. They're another overlooked item that becomes valuable when everything else is in short supply. Now let's move to the third category: versatility and infrastructure. These are the problem-solving items that make everything else work better. First up is salt. Salt is more than just a seasoning. Historically, salt was as valuable as gold. It's essential for your health, it's critical for food preservation, and it has countless household uses. When you're building your stockpile, you want two types: iodized salt for daily use and non-iodized salt for food preservation. Here's where you get incredible value. Go to restaurant supply stores. You can buy 50-pound bags of salt for $20 to $25. That's roughly 50 cents per pound. For storage, use 5-gallon buckets with Gamma seal lids. These seal airtight and protect your salt from moisture and contamination. Salt is absolutely critical for barter and survival. Stock deep. Next is aluminum foil, specifically heavy-duty aluminum foil. This isn't just for wrapping leftovers. In a survival situation, aluminum foil becomes a multi-tool. You can cook on hot coals. You can insulate structures. You can collect rainwater. You can signal for help by reflecting sunlight. This is one of the most underrated prepping items out there. Here's the critical part: buy heavy-duty foil only. Regular foil tears too easily and will fail when you need it most. Stock up with 3 to 5 rolls. Heavy-duty aluminum foil weighs nothing, takes up minimal space, and has an indefinite shelf life. This is a no-brainer item. Now we get to duct tape and paracord, the repair and utility backbone of your entire stockpile. Duct tape can fix gear, repair clothing, secure shelter, and even serve as emergency medical supplies for splints and bandages. It's incredibly versatile. I recommend upgrading to Gorilla Tape, which is stronger and lasts longer than regular duct tape. The strategy here is to rotate your stock. Use the oldest rolls for daily household tasks. Save the fresh rolls for emergencies. Duct tape is a universal barter item. Everyone needs it. Everyone wants it during a crisis. Real 550 paracord is equally essential. True 550 paracord has 7 inner strands, making it effectively 8 different ropes in one. You can use it for shelter, for repairs, for fishing, for creating snares, for countless survival applications. The critical thing is to buy quality paracord and avoid cheap knockoffs. Think about color too. Olive drab or black paracord is great for concealment. Bright colors are better for signaling and visibility. I recommend stocking at least 300 feet of quality paracord. This is a prepper's best friend. Then we have zip ties. These tiny plastic strips solve big problems. They're indispensable for securing gear, for quick repairs, for bundling, and even for emergency medical uses. I recommend buying assorted sizes. Small zip ties for light tasks, large zip ties for heavy-duty jobs. Get UV-resistant black ties because they last longer outdoors. Stock up with 500 to 1,000 zip ties. They take up almost no space and solve countless problems. You'll be amazed at how useful they are. Now let's talk about plastic solutions. Heavy-duty contractor trash bags are more than just garbage containers. They're essential for waste management in a crisis. They work as emergency raincoats, they become makeshift shelters, they're critical for sanitation when regular systems break down. I recommend buying multiple sizes: 13-gallon bags, 30-gallon bags, and 55-gallon bags for different scenarios. You can get 50 to 100 bags for $8 to $15 through bulk buying. Their value absolutely skyrockets during sanitation crises. 6mm plastic sheeting is equally important.
This heavy-duty plastic is a game changer for heat retention and emergency shelter. During a power outage in winter, you can seal off rooms with this plastic to conserve heat. You can collect rainwater. You can create barriers against wind and moisture. You can protect supplies from contamination. Buy at least 1 or 2 large rolls. When winter storms hit and the power goes out, this becomes priceless. Heavy-duty freezer bags are another critical item that most people underestimate. I'm talking about freezer-grade bags, the thicker, more durable ones, not regular sandwich bags. They're perfect for food storage, for waterproofing documents, for organizing gear, and for boil-and-bag cooking. Stock multiple sizes. Gallon and quart bags are the most versatile. Keep 200 to 300 bags on hand. They're indispensable for organization and preservation. White vinegar is the Swiss Army knife of prepping. It's a multitasking marvel that never goes bad and is completely food safe. Use it for preservation. Make pickling brine for long-term food storage. Use it for cleaning and disinfecting surfaces. Use it to soften laundry. Use it to kill weeds. Mix it with salt and dish soap for a powerful, cheap weed killer. For first aid, treat athlete's food or sunburn. The versatility is endless. I recommend stocking at least 5 gallons of white vinegar. This is liquid versatility for pennies. Bandanas are another underrated item. Cotton bandanas cost about 35 cents each and have endless uses.
They work as wound dressings. They pre-filter water. They serve as face masks. They work as tourniquets or slings. You can use them for signaling. They have tactical uses. Cotton bandanas last for decades. I recommend buying 20 to 30 in assorted colors. They're lightweight, cheap, and invaluable in emergencies. The utility to cost ratio is incredible. Baking soda is a multi-purpose miracle powder. It's a cleaning agent, a deodorant, and a medical marvel. You can use it for baking, obviously. You can put out grease fires with it. It relieves heartburn. The uses are practically endless. I recommend buying 5 to 10 pound bags from warehouse stores like Costco. The shelf life is indefinite as long as you keep it dry. Baking soda is cheap, versatile, and a must-have for every prepper. So here's the real lesson from everything we've covered. When the shelves went bare in 2020, it wasn't the expensive tactical gadgets that saved people. It wasn't the $300 survival knives or the complicated water filtration systems. It was the basics. It was matches and soap and bleach and salt. These everyday items became priceless because they're practical and they're essential. Your strategy going forward is simple. Stock deep, rotate regularly, and barter wisely. Build your supply gradually, focusing on essentials. Use the oldest items first to keep your stock fresh and ready. In a crisis, these basics can be traded for food, water, or other necessities. Smart prepping isn't about fear, it's about foresight. The next crisis may not look like the last one, but the essentials will always be the same. Here's what I want you to do right now. Don't wait for the shelves to empty again. Start building your stockpile today. Begin with the items you use most frequently. Buy extra. Store them properly. By focusing on affordable, versatile, and practical items, you can protect yourself and your loved ones from the chaos of shortages and supply chain disruptions. Smart prepping is about essentials, not extravagance. The bottom shelf at Walmart might just save your life. If you found this valuable, smash that like button right now. Subscribe to Prep Pantry for more practical survival strategies and everyday prepping tips. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. What's your go-to prepping essential? The item that you absolutely can't live without? Drop it in the comments below. We read every single comment and we'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next Prep Pantry video.